How's it going, everybody? This is Mike. Just driving on my way to play some basketball, but just kind of decided, why not shoot a little video, just kind of discussing the season so far for the Bulls. I really do like this team. I think that, if we add one more maybe superstar, or somehow by some ungodly chance we get DeMarcus Cousins or anybody, I think this team could truly be a championship contender. Now, with that being said, without the next superstar on this team, I still think this team would be a pretty solid, top 4 spot in the East with, Celtics struggling. I'm not really sure how the Raptors are doing, but, just kind of, see how this is going. It's going pretty well right now. The Bulls are 9-5, and, they're showing pretty good chemistry. I don't think they're the best team right now. I certainly would say that they're one of the best in the East. Look at what they're doing. They almost beat the best team in the NBA, the Los Angeles Clippers, but that game kind of, the ending was kind of controversial. But, Blake Griffin traveled, Jimmy Butler fouled him, but they didn't call the travel. They only called the foul on Jimmy. So, it's really... This team is looking pretty solid, though, honestly. When we first beat the Celtics in the opening game of the season, that was kind of a stamp, telling everybody, like, hey, we are here and we are gonna be a contender. I don't think that this team is anything to play with. Dwayne Wade's showing his leadership. He's showing that he can still score, and Jimmy Butler's starting to show that he's a superstar almost. Just got named Eastern Conference Player of the Week. So I don't know what else you could say. He's looking like a really good, solid superstar, and I could not be happier that they did not trade him. Got to give it to the front office for at least not screwing up that. They got Rondo, who's, he's looking all right. I'd rather, I like him on the team only because he's not so selfish. He's not like he has to score. That's not it. He wants to facilitate and kind of be a floor general. Whereas you got Dwayne Wade and Jimmy Butler, who both known for being the best players on the team for the most part. And they keep, scoring, and they're very, very solid players. They're very, very good players. We got 2 all-stars right there. You got a growing Doug McDermott, a growing Nico Mirotic, and a solid center in Robin Lopez. And I think this team could be pretty good. It's kind of early, I know, so I can't make any huge predictions, but I'm thinking somewhere in the top 4 would be where the Bulls are. The Celtics are struggling right now, but again, it's early, and they have a great coach, Brad Stevens. They got a solid team, Marcus Smart, Isaiah Thomas, Kelly Olynyk, Al Horford, Jaylen Brown. They got a pretty solid team there. Raptors are on the rise. Wizards are kind of iffy right now, but with the whole Wall and Bradley Beal situation going on. But nonetheless, I think this team in Chicago is better than last year and the year before, no doubt, because, we actually have a team that actually seems like everybody on there is friends. Everybody, not just, Joakim Noah and Derrick Rose. Everybody on here, Jimmy Butler, D-Wade, Rondo's even into it. You got Taj Gibson, Mirotic, McDermott. McDermott's playing pretty well, even though he has been injured. But you got Mirotic, who, for the past couple of years, he's been proving himself that, hey, I can play and I can be a very, very important role to this team. And he is. I think he's one of the most important players we have on this team, because when he's hot, he can hit from almost anywhere. And he was compared to Dirk Nowitzki before he came here. I wouldn't say he's Dirk Nowitzki. I'd say more Tony Kukoc, which was another comparison he got. I think he's a very solid sixth man. He could be a starter one day. That's yet to be seen, but I think he's a very solid player. I love what Isaiah Cannon's been doing for this team. He's been showing a very, good aggressiveness. He's been shooting pretty decent. He's a spark plug, and I hate to keep rambling on about Doug McDermott, but I think this guy, you can't let him go, ever. His shooting alone is just outstanding. When he's hot, like Mirotic, it's hard to stop him. Kind of reminded me of a Kyle Korver kind of player, but he's also molding into like a Klay Thompson, where he can go to the lane and, score down low and be a dominant player that way too. I think he's a good player. I think this team is very underrated. Also, Michael Carter-Williams, I can't wait to see him come back. When he was playing fairly well. I heard a comparison to Sean Livingston. Not really sure where they see that, but hopefully he becomes a good backup point guard. Maybe sometimes fill in for Rondo when Rondo is hurt or whatever goes on, But if there's one thing I got to say about this team, I would love to see them get a push for trying to get DeMarcus Cousins. And everybody's saying, if they get him, they'd have to trade Jimmy Butler or, a star or something. I think the Kings should definitely look into rebuilding. They're one of those teams that, again, they're not going to do anything with their team now. Nobody's going to want to go to Sacramento. They're not going to get a good draft pick unless the NBA rigs the draft, the lottery draft, and gives them the first pick. Anything like that is kind of like any city like that, any thing like that is just kind of you just got to let all your good players go, start fresh, start rebuilding for the future. DeMarcus Cousins is not going to get any younger. He's not old, but he's not going to get any younger. And you're not going to see anybody like LeBron or KD or D-Wade, anybody. Be like in off season, I'd really like to play for Sacramento and DeMarcus Cousins. They got a couple, fairly decent players. Rudy Gay, of course, DeMarcus, Macklemore. What the hell happened to him? But other than that, come on, I think that if the Bulls can somehow manage to trade for DeMarcus Cousins or any other kind of dominant player that, that would make them easily top 2 in the East. I would say top 5 in the NBA. Of course, there's LA, San Antonio, kind of, of course, Golden State, Cleveland, and put the Bulls right there. Even now, the Bulls are playing fairly well. So, we'll kind of see how this goes. I really, really, really hope that the Bulls somehow manage to you know, pull off that trade. You know, I don't know if it's possible if they can trade like one of our lesser members of the team, like, I don't know, not Jimmy Butler. You know, trade somebody, maybe some cash, draft picks, something. Because, I mean, the Kings need it. They you know, the Bulls need DeMarcus Cousins more than the Kings need him. So, I mean, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say for now. Thanks for watching my video. And this is my first video, so please be nice. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.